It's time for Learning and Laughter with Louise on Toginet.com to discuss fun, fascinating, and educational topics with a variety of guests ranging from authors, educators, parents, filmmakers, athletes, and entrepreneurs. And when it comes to learning, the sky is the limit. And so will the topics be that are covered here on Learning and Laughter with Louise. You never know who will show up. It's Learning and Laughter with Louise on Toginet.com. And now, here's your host, Louise Sadler.
Hey, everybody. Good morning. I'm Louise Sattler, and this show is Learning and Laughter. Remember, Wednesdays on Toginet, you just keep it on. I will do the weather if I need to keep you on the air today. So I want you to hear these two amazing kids I have with us today. Jaylen Arnold from Jalen's Challenge, and Lane Sutton, the Kid Critic USA. But first, we have so much energy here today that I have to say good morning to our first set of guests. Good morning, Arnold family, and Dash Mihok, correct? Everyone's on the line?
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
Hi, Jaylen. How are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I am terrific. I hope you're warm. We're ready to get smacked with another blizzard here on the East Coast. So are you a Floridian? Is that what I understand? Are you from Florida or no? Where do you live?
I live in Lakeland, Florida.
Okay, I thought you were a Floridian. So anyway, Jaylen is here to talk to our listeners with the help of his pal, Dash Mihok, about Tourette syndrome and their campaign, which I think is just sensational for anti-bullying. So, Jaylen, start off and explain to our listeners who may not know what Tourette syndrome is. What exactly are we talking about?
Oh, okay. You want me to answer?
Oh, you can answer, or anybody you want to toss it to. Who would like to answer?
Okay. So, I will.
That's great.
Okay. Tourette syndrome is a neurological disorder, and, there's something in your brain that, makes it twitch, jump, move your hand, or make some noises, or do lots of stuff that is out of the ordinary.
I understand. I actually have worked with children with Tourette syndrome, so you're a very brave boy, because I read your biography on your website, and I know that you have had different educational experiences, which we'll talk about in a minute. But Dash, can you tell us a little bit about how you and Jaylen came to meet? Because you're a West Coast person, and we just established Jaylen's a Floridian here. So how did the two of you cross paths about anti-bullying and Tourette syndrome?
Well, I was fortunate enough one day to come across a segment that CNN had rebroadcast of a local news, a segment that they did on Jaylen and his website that he had started with the help of his mom, Robin Arnold, and it was. I saw this amazing kid who was taking a stand against bullying and a stand for people with Tourette's and basically people with disabilities, and started a website and was starting a whole campaign virally to help stop this, and it really touched me. So I sent him an email. I just shot him a random email saying, I'm really proud of you and what you're up to, because I've had this, and I'd wished I'd done that when I was younger. So he happened to hit me back right away.
Now, Dash, you also have Tourette syndrome, correct? And you're a successful actor, so. Can you explain, do you outgrow Tourette's? Does medicine get better when you get older? Exactly what's going on that you're able?
I outgrew Tourette's to an extent. I still have Tourette syndrome. It affects me on a daily basis. But for many people, I'd say, it's a lot more serious and severe when you're younger. I had to take lots of medication and stuff to get through school. When I was about 18, I've subsided a little bit, but I still struggle with the daily, lives of somebody with Tourette syndrome. It's something that will never go away, and you just have to accept in your life. Luckily for me now, I don't have to take medication for it, but it's here with me. It's just a process of learning to live with it. And yes, it does subside for many people when you get a little bit older.
Well, Jaylen, I have to admit that I am very impressed with your website, and I love your blog. I read your blog again today. I always like to keep up with you. And I understand that you are in a mad race to get Oprah to have you on her TV show before she goes off the air. Is that correct?
Yes.
Okay, so what
got
did we
everybody
do?
to email her.
Yeah, what, honey?
I got everybody to email her, too.
Well, I did, too. I did, too. I even Twittered. I'm pretty sure I tweeted for her. But I have to admit, you're 9 years old, or are you 10 now?
I'm 9.
Okay, you're 9. For a 9-year-old boy, you're pretty sophisticated with that Twitter there. I mean, you've got everybody hopping on board. So why do you want to be on Oprah so much? What do you think you can, successfully tell people on Oprah?
Well, lots of people watch Oprah, and she's, really, really, really famous. And if I go on Oprah when everyone's watching her, more people will get the message I'm trying to send out, and then less bullying will go, the more people hear.
So what is exactly the message? Because you have a wonderful PSA that you and Dash did about educating the educator. But what is the exact message you want to get out to our listeners? I mean, we have maybe 1 or 2 people listening today. So exactly what do you want us to know?
I just want y'all to know to stop bullying, because, it's not cool and it's hurtful. I mean, some kids are, dying from it. So... not actually dying, but they're suffering from it. But
yeah, actually they are dying, Jay. Some kids do take their own lives from it.
And I believe that
You're
is the voice of Robin Arnold, the mom. Good morning, Robin.
Good morning.
We have a common friend who is a huge campaigner for anti-bullying, and that would be Sue Chef.
Yes, we've done. Jaylen actually did a written interview on his own for Sue Chef. Sue's wonderful. Hi, Sue, if you're listening.
I hope she is. She knows you're on today. So as a mom of a child with Tourette syndrome, exactly what steps did you do? Because he is so well adjusted from all things that I could see. And it's not just Tourette that you have. It's also OCD and some Asperger's. So what exactly did you do to, I don't want to say insulate, but to help educate others around him?
Well, right now, I mean, you pretty much, after you rearrange your life, you become accustomed to it, you get used to it. I don't realize how much I rework my life around his, we don't want to say disabilities, we have a little pact where we say his blessings.
Nice.
But you don't realize that until you're around other children. For instance, right now, I have to be aware that it sounds like Jaylen's holding a little puppy dog right now. You hear those little noises, your listeners are hearing that. That's Jaylen ticking. That is the noises that he constantly makes. And to me and Dash, we're not hearing that, but I'm sure your listeners are going, why is there a little dog in the interview? And that's part of the Tourette.